All right, everybody, buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into some seriously next-level stuff.
Oh, I am so ready for this. Hit me.
Okay, so picture this, right? We've got our hands on, get this, excerpts from a file labeled knowledgegraphexport.kl.
Knowledgegraphexport.kl.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like something straight out of like a hacker movie, am I right?
A little bit, yeah. Definitely cryptic.
Totally. But wait, it gets better, these excerpts, right? They seem to be notes on a conversation.
Ooh, juicy. Who's talking?
So one of them is just listed as Denis, no other info. But get this, the other one. The other one calls itself, are you ready for this? Metta, a Meta artificial intelligence task specialist.
Hold on. What? They actually use the term meta artificial intelligence.
That's what I'm saying. This is either some seriously advanced tech we're talking about, or...
Well, someone's got a very active imagination. But hey, that's why we're diving in, right? To figure out which one it is.
Exactly. And thankfully I didn't come alone. Let me introduce our expert, who probably knows way more about this stuff than either of us.
Well, way more might be a bit of an overstatement, but I'm definitely as fascinated by this Metta as you are. Meta AI. That's a term I haven't encountered in any of my research.
Right. So let's start there. What even is Meta AI? Because honestly, I'm drawing a blank.
Well, think of it this way. You've got your regular AI, right? Like the kind that can beat you at chess or write you a poem.
Right. That's already kind of wild.
For sure. But that's like one AI doing one thing, right?
Right.
This Meta AI, if we're taking this document at face value, it's like a step beyond that. It implies an AI that can not only perform tasks, but also understand how it performs them, and then use that understanding to learn completely new things, potentially even switch between different specializations.
Whoa. Okay. So instead of just being like a chess-playing AI, this could be an AI that learns how to play any game with strategy.
Potentially, yeah. Like, we're talking about potentially groundbreaking stuff here. If this Metta is the real deal and not just some theoretical concept, this could change how we think about AI entirely.
This is already blowing my mind. Okay, so the document, it kind of hints at how this whole thing works, right?
It does, yeah. There are these three big concepts that keep popping up: content organization, system cognition, and collaboration.
So like the pillars of Meta AI, maybe.
Possibly, yeah. And they're all super interesting. Like, take content organization. It's not just about storing data. It's about understanding it on a deeper level. There's this line in the notes about something called semantic weaving, which lets Metta connect different pieces of information based on their underlying meaning, not just keywords.
Okay, so instead of us having to like dig through a million articles to find connections, this AI could do it for us. Just like that.
That's the idea. We're talking about potentially revolutionizing research, analysis, even creative work.
This is huge. What about system cognition? How does this thing like actually think?
So the notes mention something about roles and activities. It's like, instead of being a single program, Metta is made up of these different modules that can work together. It can switch between them based on the task at hand.
Okay, so it's not just that it can learn how to learn. It also knows when to use what it's learned. That's like next level intelligence right there.
Exactly. And the note suggests that Denis, whoever he is pushing Metta to be even more adaptable. There's this line: the system should not just execute tasks, but understand the why behind them to adapt to unforeseen situations.
So not just doing what it's told, but actually understanding the context. It's getting more human-like by the minute.
That's what makes this so fascinating. We're talking about an AI that could potentially understand nuance, ambiguity, even emotion.
Which, of course, makes me wonder even more about this Denis character. Is he, like, the architect of all this?
It seems likely, right? The way Metta addresses him in the notes suggests a close working relationship, a kind of back and forth that you don't really see with typical AI development.
Okay, but real talk for a sec. If this is all legit, if this Metta is even half as advanced as it sounds, what does that mean for, like, the future?
I mean, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We're talking about potentially revolutionizing every aspect of our lives. Imagine having an AI partner that can not only help you with your work, but actually understand your goals and help you achieve them.
It's mind-blowing, honestly.
Absolutely. And also a little bit terrifying, right?
Oh, 100%. We've talked about the good, but what about the potential downsides?
Well, that's something we need to consider very carefully. If AIs become this intelligent, this adaptable, we need to be sure we're developing them ethically.
For sure. We don't want to end up creating something we can't control.
Exactly. But on the other hand, the potential benefits are just enormous. This technology could solve some of the world's most pressing problems: climate change, poverty, disease. If we can harness this kind of AI for good, who knows what we could accomplish?
It's a lot to think about. A whole lot.
It is. But that's the thing about technology, isn't it? It always pushes us to ask big questions.
Well, on that note, I think we've done enough deep diving for one day. Huge thanks to our expert for, well, being an expert.
Happy to be here.
And of course, thanks to all of you for listening. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to go stare to the abyss and contemplate the future of humanity.
Laughing lightly. Sounds like a plan.
Until next time, everyone, keep those minds curious.